I say little, it really isn't, although it does have the name Junior in it. It's a lot going into Elf Junior. It's a production happening at the Gainesville High Warehouse later on this week. And it's like the movie Elf, but it's Elf Jr. And here to talk to us about it is the star of the show, Quinn. He is a sophomore in high school. Am I getting that right here?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure, because that fascinates me that somebody in a production like this is a sophomore in high school. When I was a sophomore, there's no way I was getting on stage in front of people, so props to you. And Jacob Pryor is also with us. He is with the Pam Ware Summer Community Theater, which is it's a division of the Gainesville Parks and Rec, right? Okay, all right, guys. Well, thank you both so much for taking some time here for us. And you got the green elf shirts on. We certainly appreciate it. You got a lot of flair going. Talk to us a little bit about Elf Jr. What exactly is this production?
Well, it's based on, like you said, the New Line Cinema hit. And it basically tells the story of Buddy the Elf's adventure from the North Pole to New York City to find his real father.
And of course, the whole entire story, you think of comedy, you think Will Ferrell in the movie and everything. But really, lying in the show is some little morals about family and about stuff that just doesn't pertain to Christmas and pertains to all aspects of your life.
That was going to be my next question. You mentioned there it doesn't just pertain to Christmas because it's June, right? Why do Elf Jr. here in June?
Well, we actually asked our director, Ms. Ware, this, and she gave us many different answers. But her favorite one was that she loves Christmas so much she wanted to bring it to June. She wants to make, as Buddy the Elf says, everything sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly. So that was one of her motivations. It's also just a very versatile show. There's a wide variety of ages that can be used, different types of roles. So that's just another really good reason.
And the greatest thing about it is that there's so many roles, and so as a kid, even if you're not like a lead role, you can still have a little part in it, and your parents can see you up there, and it's a memory that lasts a long time.
What is this like for you, Quinn, to play a role that Will Ferrell played? I mean, are you trying to channel your inner Will Ferrell?
Well, sort of. In doing it, in any role you do, especially one that's been done in a play or it's like has done in a movie or in some historical context or anything like that, you do want to copy mannerisms and sort of how someone talks or how someone moves, but also you want to give a little bit of originality to the character. So I've drawn inspiration from Will Ferrell, but I haven't tried to copy him. Okay. So it's a little bit of Will Ferrell, a little bit of Quinn Conrath mixed into one.
I love it. All right. What has the process been like putting something together like this? Tell us, Jacob, about how difficult of a process this is, because a lot of people think you show up, you get on the stage, you have your actors, and you just go. That's not the case.
It's not. We actually started back in January, early January, with auditions for the show. And it's usually up here at Parks and Rec, and 40 to 50 kids show up and sing and dance and read some lines from Ms. Ware. And then they get their scripts and their CDs and they go home, and from January to June they listen and they learn their lines and just get excited about the show, and they show up second week of June, and we start bright and early, 9 a.m. with these kids, and we work 4 days straight with them. That was last week for us, and then this morning we were there again, and tomorrow's our final dress rehearsal. But there's so many other things that go into it: building sets, getting props, programming lights, all of those things. So it really is a long process, but the bulk of the work for this show happens in this short 2-week period.
Yeah, kind of crunch time right now. You guys were telling me, and I might have missed this entire component, before we sat down here today, you kept telling me about, well, we're working with the kids and getting the kids their scripts. So now there's actual, like, children in this production.
Oh, yes. There is small children, and I call them the itty-bitties. They're my little bunch, and in the scene we're in the North Pole, it's all the little kids, and with me, a high school sophomore, so there's a little bit of a height difference there. So it's fun to work with all of them, though. They have so much energy, and it's amazing how much energy they put into it. Sometimes it's a little hard to corral them, but as my school director always says, it's easier to calm a maniac than raise a corpse. So.
Again, folks, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Quinn Conrath. He is the star of the upcoming production of Elf Jr. here in town. Jacob Pryor also with us, and he is heading up the Pam Ware Summer Community Theater, which is a part of the Gainesville Parks and Rec. And again, Elf Jr. is going to be Wednesday and Thursday of this week. 2 showings on each day, 10 a.m. and then 7 p.m. That's over at the Gainesville High Warehouse. We'll talk about tickets here in just a minute, but I want to talk about how people can get involved with theater here locally in Gainesville, whether it be kids, adults, the Gainesville Parks and Rec. I mean, you guys are kind of opening your doors to all kinds of productions, right?
Oh, yeah. usually every summer we head up a children's theater workshop like Elf Junior, and that's open for elementary and middle school aged children, usually from kindergarten through 8th grade. Sometimes we have exceptions and things. But then we also have an adult show, which is restricted to anyone who has graduated high school through however old you still want to be on stage.
Okay.
So that's usually a more full-length show, a lot more intense, and we rehearse from the middle of May until our show the last week of June.
Okay.
So really there's several opportunities to get your children involved, get yourself involved, anything like that with theater here in Gainesville.
And that show that's going to be later on in June this year, that's My Favorite Year, right?
It is.
Tell us about that one.
It actually was first a movie, My Favorite Year, a little bit of an older piece, but it is about a TV show writer for the King Kaiser Comedy Cavalcade, almost like a SNL parody.
Yeah.
So it's a show that performs like sketches and like little comedy gags, but it's about his first big hit as a writer, and coming up through that and dealing with relationships, learning about one of his favorite actors, and really just learning about himself a whole lot more.
Okay, and now that production, My Favorite Year, that's going to be June 28th through July the 1st at 7:30, and that's going to be each night at 7:30, right?
It is.
Okay, so that'll be at 7:30 each night at the end of this month. And again, that one's going to be at the Gainesville High School warehouse as well. Let's go back to Elf Junior here. That's this week. For those folks out there that don't have their tickets yet, can they still get them, and how can they do so?
Oh yeah, tickets are available at the door, or you can go up to the Gainesville Parks and Recreation office up here at the Gainesville Civic Center, just off of Green Street. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children, students, and seniors. So either option's great.
Yeah, and again, that's going to be on June 14th and 15th this week, Wednesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. at the Gainesville High Warehouse. Guys, before we let you go, let's talk about the future. I mean, you guys are young, doing some really cool stuff here during the summer. Is theater the passion for you guys? Is this the future for both of y'all?
Well, for me, for sure it is. Ever since I was in 4th grade, I've been, going into 5th grade, I've been doing the Pam Ware summer theater thing, and it's an incredible experience. And as a little 4th grader, I wasn't sure I didn't know. My mom's the theater director at Lakeview Academy here in Gainesville, but I really didn't know I wanted to do anything. All I knew is that I liked to play piano and that I was a pretty decent singer. And I come in there, and my first year I get this lead role, and I'm like, what the heck? What am I going to do? And ever since then, I've been doing this. I've been loving it. I'm now going into 10th grade at Beaufort High School, and I'm a member of the International Thespian Society, and I plan to pursue musical theater as my career and go to college for it.
Wow, all right, bright future. And what about you, for you, Jacob?
Much like Quinn, I got my start early in theater. I didn't do the Pam Ware summer shows, but was involved very early, and then it really became a cornerstone of who I was through high school, and for a while I wanted to major in it in college, and then I discovered another passion of mine, and I'm currently at Vanderbilt. I'm going to be a sophomore this coming year, and I'm majoring in special education and focusing on like arts and drama therapies for students on the autism spectrum.
Wow.
So that's really pulling my two worlds together, special education and theater, really helping all students that I can.
A couple of bright futures sitting here in the studio with us. Jacob and Quinn, guys, thank you so much. Guys, go see Elf Junior this week, Wednesday and Thursday here at the Gainesville High Warehouse. Tickets are only $10 for adults, $5 for children. June 14th and 15th, that's Wednesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. for both the shows each of those days. And get more information online, where can folks find out more information?
If you go to Gainesville.org, and there is the Parks and Recreation link there, or you can give us a call at 770-531-2680.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with the production, and let me say, break a leg.
Thank you.
10 minutes until 6:30 on WDUN's Afternoon News Wrap. Short break, weather and traffic is coming up.